Look at since Biden has taken over, we have had the highest amount of illegal immigrants crossing our border than we have ever had in our history. It's not an assumption. When you take away every tool in the toolbox that Customs and Border Patrol has, that Immigrations and Customs Enforcement have at their disposal, when you actively go after our Remain in Mexico policy that was working, when you actively destroy the policies that were set up, like our Title 42 under the last administration, that were controlling the number of people coming over a border, it's not an assumption that you're going to have more people. It's an invitation, and we're seeing it on a daily basis.
Yes, we are. And that was Texas Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne last week on this program on the impact that President Biden's wide-open border policies are having on communities across the country. Over 2 million migrants have crossed the southern border that have been apprehended. That's this fiscal year, according to Fox News sources, with a stunning 1.3 million listed as single adults. Today, we are reflecting on the events of September 11th. 21 years later, we are reminded of the dangers that still exist of terrorists wanting to harm America. Those numbers do not even include the gotaways. A staggering 66 people on the FBI's terrorist watch list have actually been apprehended at the southern border this fiscal year, with unknown more possibly slipping through. I am told by my border sources there is almost 1 million gotaways on Joe Biden's watch so far that have come into the country. We are seeing them on surveillance cameras. Let's bring in a woman who knows and is on the front lines. Republican Congresswoman Mayra Flores is with us. She represents Texas's 34th district, which sits along the border with Mexico. Congresswoman, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Assess the situation today. Here we are talking about September 11th, 21 years later, and yet 66 people have been apprehended at the border who were on the FBI's terrorist list.
Exactly. It's heartbreaking. Today we remember the thousands of lives that were lost in our first responders on 9/11. And this is not a humanitarian crisis. This is a national security crisis. And today we must remember that there is people still out there wanting to hurt Americans. And that is why border security is so important. This should not be political. It is time that we come together to secure the borders, to keep the American people safe, and also to keep immigrants safe. These immigrants are coming into this country and going through so much abuse. Children are being raped at the southern border, and nothing is being done.
Well, look, the Biden administration claims they have a border czar named Kamala Harris. They claim that they are looking at a border that is secure, according to Alejandro Mayorkas. What do you want to do? What can you do after the midterm elections in terms of fixing this situation?
Well, first of all, Vice President Kamala Harris has done nothing for us in South Texas to secure the borders. She's useless. And at this point, you know, I'd rather her not come to South Texas just because she's going to be in the way of our Border Patrol agents processing the women and children that have been raped. I'd rather her stay away because unless she's going to come here to South Texas for real solutions, I don't want her here. You know, I'm honestly very frustrated. I'm frustrated with the president, with the vice president, that we've asked them, we've begged them to come to South Texas to come and see what they've done to us, what they've done to this country, and they've never cared to come here. At this point, I'd rather them not come here anymore. We're very frustrated and, to be honest with you, fed up here in South Texas.
Well, Mayra, your opponent, the Democrat Congressman Vicente Gonzalez, I have not heard him say anything about the wide open border. What can you tell us in terms of the efforts to keep Texans safe? And also, you made a great point. The people who are coming here are taking this dangerous trek. Every day we have more stories of migrants drowning in the Rio Grande.
Vicente Gonzalez is a disgrace. He's done nothing for us here to secure the border. He pretends, you know, that it's not happening when we see it every single day in our backyards. And these people that are coming into our country are paying thousands of dollars to criminal organizations to come here to the United States, criminal organizations that have destroyed the state of Tamaulipas, that are destroying Mexico, and these criminal organizations are also abusing and raping these women and children coming into the United States. And like I said, you know, it's time that we come together, because border security should not be political. You know, 9/11 happened. Why? Because we had terrorists that came to hurt Americans, and these are the same terrorists that are coming in to our country right now. This is a fact. You stated 66 under the terrorist watch list have been apprehended. What about those that have not been apprehended?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I'm worried about, because the women in Border Patrol and the men in Border Patrol are processing women and children. They're not able to protect the border successfully because they're so focused on the crisis.
Yeah, and you've got the mayors of New York and Chicago and D.C. blaming Greg Abbott instead of Joe Biden. We didn't even get into the 10,000 pounds of fentanyl seized. We appreciate your time. Mayra Flores, thank you. Have a good day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow on Fox Business.